You can already get some amazing weapons, upgrades, fast cars, unique vehicles early on in Saints Row, and I also want to give you some other handy tips to navigate the open world. So of course, if you found these tips helpful at any point, then leaving a like would really help me out. Subscribe for way more Saints Row tips, and let's go. We saw the penguin style umbrella skin quite often in pre-launch material, and well, you can actually already get this visual mod for your assault rifle with the unique reload very early on. All you need to do is the first chop lifting side hustle, which you find over here on the map. It's very close to your home base, although you can already go here before you even unlock your HQ. All you need to do for this one is move an armored truck back to the starting location with a helicopter, and then you will unlock this visual mod for your AR, which you can put on the weapon at your weapon cache or by going to a friendly fire gun store. Again, I really love the special animation for this one. If you like running around with melee weapons, then I totally recommend the long sword, which you can simply get by completing this bad review side hustle over here on the map. You can really go here early on in the game. We gave it 1 star, I'm not sure if that matters, and then by completing it, you get this awesome visual mod, which you can then put on the pickaxe that you have to buy first at the gun shop, but it's really cheap. And also surprisingly good. Totally when using melee weapons, you also want a kick to create an opening, and on level 6 you unlock the tough mother ability, which gives you a health boost and negates a stagger. Usually enemies will kick you as well, so they can knock you back, but with this ability you can way more easily slice away and deal a ton of damage. It's really strong. And there are more amazing skins you can already get very early on. If you do all the endurance fraud missions for the Shady Oaks Venture, you can unlock as your first venture at the Empire table in your home base. Then you can get the guitar case launcher, but even easier to get is the Godlord blasters, of course inspired by the leader of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Also has a pretty cool reload. For this you need to go to one of the shooting galleries over here on the map, shoot the 15 targets, and you can get the reward. But there are more of these shooting galleries, for example over here, and if you complete this one, you get the Saints Lawgiver visual mod for a pistol with the Saints logo. Pretty cool gun. There's also a Wild West revolver for completing the shooting gallery in the very Wild West area. I think this is like where you start the game, but correct me if I'm wrong. So while all the visual mods like do the same damage as the weapon that you put the mod on, they still look and feel quite different, which I really like. But you can also get a whole new weapon called the MDI 36 Tech Pistol, a martial weapon, from completing the shooting gallery over here. It's a decent pistol, nothing too crazy, and you can also put it as a visual mod on other guns if you want. Like, I think the starting pistol is actually surprisingly great, especially after buying upgrades at the friendly fire gun shop. Totally do this. They unlock at level 5, then the next one unlocks at level 10, and the final one at level 15 for an increasing amount of money, but you totally notice the damage increases. And while we're at the friendly fire gun shop, you can also buy some weapons there. I got some nice tips, but the first one I want to mention is the Idle Light pistol. This has a special ability that makes your pistol fully automatic. So you first need 20 headshots to unlock this ability, which is of course easily done. And after you got the 20 headshots, you will see a notification that it's completed. Then go back to the friendly fire gun shop to activate the special perk, and now this gun shoots insanely fast. Yes, you can also put visuals that I already showed on the weapon. So you got, for example, a very strong automatic revolver, which looks crazy. The Star-Lord inspired blasters become also way stronger, just like the finger gun guns. You also get this from a shooting range over here on the map, and a fun fact with this one is that when you reload, you throw the weapon on the ground, and if you stay in one spot for long enough and reload often, you'll see a lot of these finger guns on the ground, which is a nice touch. The sad part is that it's only the standard version, not if you decide to customize it. You will still see the blue finger gun on the ground. I will leave a link to a guide with all the locations for the different targets in the shooting gallery in the video description, as they can sometimes be tricky to find. And I also have a tip on how to easily reach these locations, as they're pretty far away, but more on that in a moment. I first want to go over some amazing cheap and early game weapons you totally want to buy at at the friendly fire gun shop. So I already mentioned the very cheap and amazing idle light pistol, but you also want to get the sawed-off shotgun, as it has 2 powerful shots in the magazine that can easily take enemies out, and you can even unlock fire bullets as a special perk, so then when far away you can still insta-kill targets, as they will just take a lot of damage over time. But I also really liked the stagecoach shotgun, as it's a one-hit killing machine, and you can even with one shot remove the shield and then follow up with a nice takedown to quickly take out higher rank enemies. Also cool is to roll when you see that the bullet is in the gun, but when you're still reloading, this will save you some time while staying on the move. So just like the shotgun, the SMG is a category you will not really get during the main story, so buying one early on is very smart, and I would recommend the Johnson, as this is like a monster with a decent aim and just a ton of damage when you're able to hit the enemy. Again, I did upgrade the weapon damage because, yeah, you should do that as well. And that really makes this, of course, a powerhouse. Another pro tip is that you can refill your ammo at the gun shop by simply pressing a button noted here. Now, the fastest way to get around in Santo Eliso is, of course, by using fast travel points, but they're few and far between, so that's why we're showing some locations, as you can see right here. Just go there, snap a photo of the point of interest, and then you unlock it as a fast travel point. And yeah, we are showing some cool locations here, so you can just go there and you have a few points in different parts of the city. Now, what you can also use is a helicopter, and there's actually one over here on the map that you can just grab and then use to go to, for example, the shooting galleries I talked about earlier. The downside is, though, that you cannot keep it or summon it at a garage, so you will have to return to it every time. But this changes later on, though, if you follow the Nina's car main mission that should appear at some point a little after building the HQ. After completing that mission, you can do the forge, which then shows up, and after completing that, you get the helipad at your HQ, so they can summon a helicopter anytime and go to every location you want. Now, if you prefer driving, then you can already find a really fast and cool looking car by completing the Pony Express side hustle, which you find over here on the map. Only takes a few minutes to complete, and then this amazing car is yours. If you equip Nitro, then you can also unlock the special ability, which gives you unlimited Nitro, which is kind of crazy. But of course, you can also just grab a fast car from the open world, like right here on the map. You find some pretty cool cars, like a limousine, but also fast sport cars. Drive it to your home base or gym ROPS, and it will also appear in your garage. But there are actually way more very unique vehicles you can already find early on in Saints Row, and Joyce already unlocked them, right?
Yeah, that's right. You can actually get 6 unique vehicles in the game by collecting car parts that are scattered all around the map. These so-called lost wheels are hidden behind windmills, and when interacting with them you get 1 car part of a collection. When you collect all 5 of the same set, you unlock a special ride that you can immediately use at your garage, like this heavy monster truck, for example, with a gigantic skull as the roof. And trust me when I say, if you want to wreck everything in its wake, you absolutely can. It's a very powerful car. So to gather these car parts, you first have to find the windmills, and because there are a lot of them, the best way to cover more ground is to use a helicopter and just fly over the area. You eventually see a blinking light in the distance, which is where you'll find one. And there are some windmills even high up, so using a heli will definitely save you some time. For the heavy skull monster truck, we'll show you the locations right here on the map. One is over here in the Badlands South, one in the Badlands North over here. Then we move over to the other side of the map in the Rojas Desert South. And the final 2 parts are over here in the Rojas Desert North. We'll leave a link with all the Lost Wheel locations in the video description. As you might have noticed, there can be some windmills that are close to each other, so keeping that in mind will help you gather everything fast. And these other windmills might contain car parts from other sets, like this tinfoil car, for example, where your car is a lost conspiracy altogether. I actually put a shark head on the bumper to make it a bit more cooler. We also got the Widowmaker, which is a bike, where unlocking the signature ability for it makes you boost while airborne, very ET-like if you know what I mean. Moving on to the Lost Dust Buggy, which is a reskin of the Ant Buggy in the game, completely overtaken by aliens it seems. Looking at the antenna on the roof and the text on the side, great for off-road driving. If you'd like to get somewhere fast with the infinite boost ability, then you should go for the Forgotten Prototype, which is a Rocket reskin of the Vindicator car we talked about earlier. But the most unique one out of the 6 is definitely the Flying Dutchman, a ship and a car in one. It's massive with lots of details and it looks like a food truck of some kind, looking at the menu on the back, and yeah, the name now makes a lot of sense actually, and it even has a unique horn while driving. Now, I hear you think, does it also float? Well, we tested it out and unfortunately the truck seems not great for sailing, as you get kicked out as soon as you hit the water and it sinks right to the bottom. A bit sad.
Damn, RIP. Hey, thanks Joyce, and subscribe of course for way more Saints Row content if you haven't already. A like on the video would really help us out. And check out our other Saints Row video if it's already up by clicking on the screen. We got a ton of tips coming your way. We'll speak to you soon and goodbye.